Hi. So, a few months back, I did the big chop. This is about a year's worth of growth. And when I originally did the big chop, mm, not so happy with the results because it was really short and I wasn't used to that. I was used to my hair being down to here, and then I had braids. So, when I did the big chop, it was like, I need to get into this. The reason why I'm doing this video, I said, okay, I'm going to do it today. I'm just going to go ahead and do it today, is because now I'm finally wearing my hair out. I was wearing braids after I did the big chop because I really didn't feel like I had a good handle on it. I didn't want to have wet hair every day because everybody knows when your hair is short and you've got curls, they get smushed when you sleep, and then you have to deal with a whole nother load of issues in the morning. It was coming up on the winter and I didn't want to have wet hair every day, so I had to figure out what was a solution. So I would scour the internet, I looked on YouTube, I looked everywhere to try to figure out, what do people with short hair after they've done the big chop? What do they do at night? What's their nighttime regimen? Some people would twist it. I tried that. That didn't work. Some people, most people, would just wet it every morning. And even I have a friend or a couple of friends who did the big chop and they have to wet theirs every morning. The thing with me wetting my hair, just like misting it, as they like to say, is that it turned into a big ball of frizz. My hair cannot just be misted. Rain is okay though. I've noticed that. I can do the rain. Misting, not so much. It has to really be moist and at some point saturated. But, and I'll probably do a video at some point about not having to have it dripping wet, saturated when I'm putting the product in. It's the way I'm putting the product in, the amount of product. I don't have to use a lot, but I have to see the change in the texture of my hair before I move on to the next product. And so by the time I get to the front of my hair, and I just do sections 1, 2, 3, then I do 4, 5, and 6. And by the time I get to the front, the front of my hair is dry. That's how dry it is when I put the product in it. But that's another time. Today, what I really want to talk about is what I do at night, because that is what was my big, gigantic deterrent. That's what kept me in my braids, which I loved. But I figured out a formula. I'm going to share it with you all. Please tell me, does this work for you? If you try it, does it work? Let me know, because I don't know if it's just because of my hair. If you can notice, like, my hair is pretty thick. I got pretty thick strands. It's very dense. The curls are pretty thick. So, I don't know if it'll work for everybody. I don't know if it'll work for people with softer hair. You know, my hair is not hard, but it's not soft hair. Nobody would consider it like soft. People say they feel it and it feels kind of soft, but no, it's not spongy soft hair. So I don't know if it'll work, in other words, with people who have a softer texture of hair. What I do around the front, just so you know, is I'll twirl it around my finger just so I can get more definition in the curls around the front. And then the back, I don't know if you could see that. I don't really mess with the back too much. I just kind of let it flow the way that it's going to flow. So what I do for my regimen at night is I have a net, a hair net. No one talks about this. I haven't seen anyone else do this. But I take a hair net, and I'm careful because the front, you can smush it if you just put the net directly on the front. So I put the net in the middle first, like that, and then I bring it around to the front. And I kind of like lift my curls in there. It's not the cutest thing, but hey, it works. I push those up. Sometimes I try to flatten my curls. Like, I'll try to put my finger in through the hole so that I can make the curls kind of like flat, because I want them to squish on top of each other so that when I take in the morning, the net off, they're all just smushed to my head all around so that I can lift them out, and I'll tell you how I do that. And then the next thing I do is I take a true satin scarf, not that, you know, what they say, oh, satin. So they're not all satin. I take a true satin scarf, and I make sure the satiny side is towards me. And you see how I have a little bit of a overlap. And then I tie this, and then I tie it again. Now, this is not the cutest thing, okay? So if you have a man, you have a husband, tell him, look, we're just trying to get through this stage to get to the pineapple so that I could just put a ponytail on the top of my head and keep it rolling at night. But for right now, you know, in order to get past this little in-between stage, this is how we're rolling. So this is it. I go like this. Of course, I don't have my earrings on. I go to sleep. And in the morning, it's all squished. It's all squished. And so it probably won't be squished right now. But I take it out. I put oil on my hands. I use Beautiful Girls coconut and shea butter, and I put it, make sure I get on the back of my hands and inside my hands, and I just lift. I lift. I lift. I lift. I pull gently, because any pulling I do is going to bring about frizz. So I make sure I pull the full curl out, all of it. And I pull gently. And that's it. Of course, this is still the same day, so you can't really see the full effect, but it works wonders. And then I have gone as long as 7 days without washing my hair, and I usually only rinse it once to reactivate the curl. I don't, in the mornings, what I'll do is if I see frizzy parts, I pull it all the way out, get water, saturate it, take my Paul Mitchell sculpting glaze, and I twirl it around my finger, and I just hit the little spots, and I go. And that's how I, you know, reactivate it. But today was, I didn't wash it. Today was a total saturation of it, and then putting on additional product. But this is not day one. And then I won't probably wash it for, I probably won't wash it until maybe Tuesday morning. Today is Saturday, maybe Monday. So there you have it. I hope this helps. Please let me know, does this work? Does the net technique work for everybody? I'd love to hear from you. All right. Have a great day, evening, morning, whatever you're doing. Peace.